Okay, hello everyone. This is WildBlade from Creative Media Vault in Tokyo, Japan. And today I'm just going to be on for a little bit, to continue with the game that we were making like last week. So, I did say this was going to be a 24-hour build. However, I'm a pretty busy guy because I have my own company that I'm kind of running, and I have to do a lot of family stuff, on the weekends and stuff like that. So, I may not have exactly a lot of time to actually put into I guess trying to complete an entire game in one day. I mean, the time period for building the game will be about will take less than 24 hours, I think. But I might have to split it up because, I got to feed the kids and stuff like that. So anyway, this is where we're at with the game that we started building like last week. And so we have a simple player that can move with a point and click event. Um, and sorry, that's my mail. And we have an enemy who can shoot at the player and do some damage with his projectile. So you'll notice that the HP here is kind of ticking down. We have some coins that the player can pick up. And you'll notice that the enemy is kind of chasing the player around the screen. Um, and then we also have this like a little shredder thing here, right? So yeah, once the player takes enough damage, we go to a game over screen, and then I did put in a code where we can just kind of like a simple restart code that'll allow us to hit R to start the game again. So that's kind of where we're at right now with this. So I'm gonna stop this right here. And so we're going to continue with building this. Now, for this stream, I only have about like an hour or so because I'm supposed to be meeting someone for lunch, actually. Kind of like a business lunch, so I won't stay on too long. And then, so I'll take a break from that, take a break in about an hour, and then go to my meeting, finish that up, cook dinner, come back, and then maybe jump on with this later on tonight and see how far we can get. All right? So, hold on. I have like many streams that I kind of have to watch, screens that I have to watch at the at this time. Give me a second. All right, there we go. So what did I do last time? So for those of you who don't know, I am a game developer living in Tokyo, and I'm currently working on a few projects. This is, if you go to my itch.io page, which is creativemediavault.itch.io, you can play some of my games. This is Fuwa's Gambit, which is a spin-off from another game, and it's kind of like a cute little mini strategy game. The current project that I'm working on is, where are you? Is this one, CDULO, The Outer Rim, which will be my first major commercial game that I'm planning to release on the Steam platform this year. So I am creating a Kickstarter and crowdfunding campaign for that. But you can play some of the other games that I've completed or that are kind of currently in progress at the moment on my website, which is creativemv.com. And you can check out this cute little video of Quest of the Gummy Witch, which is one of the major games that I've created. And if you like these games, or you want to support my game development, then you can please like my Twitch channel, check me out on YouTube, and check me out on Patreon as well. And you can also stop by my online store, nerdyurgent.com, where you can find totally original goods that I've created from the games that I am posting on itch.io. Right, so here's a nice, cute little coffee mug that I actually have this one at home, and everybody loves it. All my friends love this one. So this is a coffee mug from Fuwa's Gambit, the game that I was just kind of showing you over here. All right, so let's get back to this. So let's see, I'm still using Unity 19.4, and I'm going to see what I can kind of figure out with this. Now, currently, we've got the score system, we've got the enemy, we have the player that can move. We do have a type of game over thing. I think I added the game over screen maybe when I wasn't streaming. So I'll show you how I quickly did that. So to create the game over screen, I created another UI element. I'll just put this to where it's visible. So I created a UI panel, and this text is just an image that says game over. And then with this this is the empty game object that that I just kind of grouped these into. And then I created a script, which is the restart level script, right, which you can kind of see right here. So it's just a void update, Very simple. If input dot key down, equals R, basically dot R, and it just loads the scene manager. So I did have to add a Unity engine scene management, little call right up here. All right, and that allowed us to change the scene. All right, so let's see. We've got that. We've got this over here. So I'm gonna set this back to, yeah. I'm gonna set this back down. One thing that I do need to fix though with this game is that when we play it, you notice that the enemy can kind of chase the player around the screen, but there are really no consequences for the player to when he bumps into the enemy. So I mean, like as we play right now, I can just kind of like I've got like some stuff I can do. Wait a minute. Oh, did I fix that already? Yeah. Okay. So I did. Okay. I was actually gonna fix that on here. Before, I did have it to where the player could run right through the enemy because I hadn't set up a rigid body or a so I hadn't set up a rigid body and I hadn't set up a another I had to set up two rigid bodies for this. So let's go to the enemy and I'll show you what I've done offline. All right, so if I go over here, you'll notice that the enemy is a square right now because I got lazy and I didn't create any graphics for it, which we will do like later. So I have this chasing enemy script. So you'll notice that the enemy does have one rigid body attached right here, and he's also got a box collider, right? So this box collider is what the player is bumping into. However, if you look at the chasing enemy script, you'll notice that like when I go to, where are you? Chasing enemy, where are you? So you'll notice like when I go here, like one of these triggers, he has a box collider that's actually set to a trigger. Well, that trigger, I believe, if I've done this correctly, yeah, that trigger is not set here. So the player is actually just kind of bumping into the enemy, but he's not really taking any damage from the enemy itself when he runs into it. He's taking damage from the projectile, and he's taking damage from like this guy up here that's kind of rotating around when he bumped into it. So let's do this again. Right now he's got 5 energy. He's not taking any damage. He goes here, he takes 2. When he bumps into the actual enemy though, I didn't do that correctly. Give me a second. So right now I have the enemy set to where he's going to follow the player. I'll bring the enemy over here, and then I'll lower his range later just to kind of demonstrate this. So as it stands right now, like the player has not taken any damage, and then he bumps into the enemy, but he still has 5 life. So what's up with that, right? So the enemy can only damage him right now if he takes a hit, right? So we're going to need to fix that, right, to where he just can't run and push the enemy out of the way. So what I'm going to do here is this enemy does have a rigid body and one box collider attached to him, right? But in order to make the player take damage from the enemy when he like bumps into him, I'm going to need to make a few adjustments to this enemy. So first, I'm going to click on the enemy and I'm going to go to his box collider, and I'm going to set this to trigger, right? I want this to trigger something. So now, if you'll notice, once I set this box collider to trigger, hello, trigger. Well, basically, I can just kind of run right through this guy, right? So because he's a trigger, my enemy has basically become a ghost, right? So and I'm also not taking any damage. So I need to go to the chasing enemy script that we created earlier, and I've already kind of typed this out, but I'll untype it, uncomment it for you. And this gives me so I'm using a private void on trigger enter 2D, and I've set my collider to other, and then I have if other.compare tag player, other.get component player controller, which is the player controller that we're kind of using at the moment, will be take damage and damage, which is like basically the damage that the enemy is going to give the player. And then I've got debug.log, to specify what's kind of happened to the player, right? So I'm going to save this, and yeah, I'm still not going to put a retreat distance. All right, so this is going to solve one problem, but it's going to create another one. Okay, so player, I've got my enemy script. Um, so all of this, where's my damage? Okay, so when the player runs into him, he should take 2 damage, right? So we're gonna play again. All right, and I guess I'll bring this enemy over here. All right, so now I'm gonna run into. Nah, actually, I'm not gonna run in right there. I'm gonna make him chase me a little bit. Now I'm gonna run into him, and if you notice, I have taken damage, but I can still go right through this guy. Right, so I mean, like, I'm taking the damage, but there's no consequences. There's no like actual physical rebound or anything for me, like actually running into him. So I can just, if this was a ghost enemy, it would be okay. But I still want him to have a physical body. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop this, and I'm gonna fix this very easily by going into the actual enemy, and I'm going to create. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna create empty, and this is going to be empty game object, and then I'm not just going to be like like a physical body, right? So I'm going to create a physical body, and I might just like change the color of this, and all I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a box collider 2D, right? And with this box collider duty, I am not going to set this one to trigger, right? So let's go in here, and if you'll notice, my box collider in here is a little bit small, so I'm gonna open this up a little bit. Yeah. Right. And so that'll be the box collider. So this should be the physical body box collider. Hold on, I think I might need to add a rigid body to this one too. So I'll go ahead and add a rigid body to this one, and set the gravity scale to 0. Right. And for the actual enemy, I might actually get rid of the rigid body here. Let's check and see what this does. Okay, I really should just go ahead and like drop the scale. All right. Sorry, I just ran into my spikes. Give me a second. I'm gonna make the enemy chase me a little bit. Right now, I have the enemy the enemy stopping distance set to 6. I'm just gonna go ahead and set this to like 1 so that he like really comes after me, and tries to shoot me. Okay, so. Alright, wait a minute. So he is still a ghost at the moment for some reason. So he can run right through these walls. That's not good. So why is he still a ghost? He's... Oh. Alright, so what I will need to do probably is I will probably need to set the outside box collider. So you notice I have 2 box colliders here. So I have 1 box collider and then the second one. Well, the outer box collider, I think I'm going to need to set to... no, that doesn't make sense. Hold on. I've messed something up here. So dynamic. Let me take the rigid body off of this one. Let's see if that helps. So I've got a trigger on the outside, and I should have a physical body on the inside. So dynamic. Yeah, this should be working. So the outer box collider should detect when it bumps into the player. The inner box collider should actually be active the physical body for this. Wait a minute. One of the problems could be maybe the offset. Come on. No, that's fine. Okay, yeah, let's try this again. Yeah, because, I mean, our enemy shouldn't be running through walls, which he still is. Why are you still running through walls? Give me a sec. I had this figured out the other day. So, box collider 2D, like, not a trigger. Enemy physical body, rigid body 2D, enemy, he got, oh, okay. Yeah. So, he still needs a rigid body? Come on. Okay, so I have a box collider without a rigid body attached to him, so... Now I'm getting kind of confused with my own code. And I just set gravity to this guy too. Dynamic, kinetic. Yeah. That shouldn't be a problem. Wow, okay, he is still running through this wall. Give me a second. I need to figure out what the hell I've done wrong here. Let's see. Maybe I will set the outside box collider to not a trigger. And so I need to keep him from passing through this wall. Okay. So yeah, that's got him not passing through a wall. Alright, and okay, this is good. Yeah, that's weird. Okay. What is this? Box Collider 2D, its trigger. Let me go back to this one. Yeah. Maybe I'll set the internal one to its trigger instead. Yeah, that's pretty weird because according to my calculation, that should have been working. Alright, so chasing enemy, stopping distance, trigger. Okay, there we go. And let's see. Okay, he's shooting me, but he's still not taking any damage. Why? Alright, this should be a pretty simple fix. How am I messing this up? Okay, rigid body, chasing distance, stopping distance. Outside one is trigger. I'll put that one is trigger. Physical body is not trigger. Hmm. I'm actually getting stuck on this one. Yep, goes right through it. All right, actually, let me get rid of the second box and see kind of what's up with that. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and remove this shit. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and delete this one and see maybe if I create a 2D object instead. See if that works. Right. Okay. And I'll go ahead and shrink this one down. Okay. So this is the area I wanted to cover. And then I will add a box collider 2D to this one. Okay. And yeah, let's see. Okay, good. Okay. Let's reset that. Okay, so far so good. He can run into walls. Okay, now, yeah, that fixed it. For some reason it didn't want to work with my empty game object. Okay, so like, anyways, like, so what I had to do is I had to basically create a new sprite, which is weird. Alright, so I created a new sprite and, oh, sorry, I can go ahead and take this opacity all the way down. Now, the reason that you can't really see this box is because it's actually on the on the same level or same layer. So if I do this right here, you'll be able to see it. But you know, we're gonna make this guy like completely transparent anyway. So you know, so that you won't see him. I guess I'll go ahead and leave him at 10, just in case we need to view it later. Okay, that took me a little bit more time to figure out because I thought it would have worked with the empty game object, but I guess I was wrong. So we'll name this one physical body again. Body again. Huh. Alright, and hold on. I think I have a delivery. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go ahead and stop this stream, and then I'm gonna jump back on in a second.